Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Wizard101. I am Lombre. This is episode 10, and in the previous episodes, we've been running through tutorial sections of the game. So, in this one, we're going to change it up and do something a little different. So, we have Private Guildenstern right in front of us, and we're going to get a quest that's going to lead us to Golem Court. And what that's going to do is it's going to start a quest line to beat some wooden constructs and complete Regina Flametalon's science project. So let's get into it. So let's start by talking to Private Guildenstern, excuse me.
Well, hello there. I've not made your acquaintance yet. It's always good to see fresh faces here in Wizard City. I wish I had studied to become a wizard instead of becoming a town guard.
Wow, sad life. It's not too late to change, Guildenstern, but you do look more like a guard than anything.
Say, I found this book on one of the benches while I was strolling to work this morning. It looks important, and I don't have time to drop it by the library. Would you take it there for me?
Absolutely. So let's do it. We're gonna go over to the library, and because this whole thing is, since the server is really full, we're going to go all the way to Wu District, or Realm. And it's nice and peaceful over here. So let's do that. We'll talk to Harold Argleston and get some information about where the book comes from. Because it does not come from the library, apparently.
You say you are returning a book that someone dropped? You are quite a good sport to take time out of your day to do that. Thank you for doing that. Oh, hang on there. This book does not belong to the library. Inside the cover it states property of Sabrina Greenstar. She probably dropped it on her way to the fairgrounds. You best give it to her yourself.
Okay, so we're gonna give it to her, but for a second we're gonna zoom in to what the librarian has. So every librarian, I think, in Krokotopia, Wizard City, a few other places have a treasure card list, and they're quite expensive to buy. So I'm not gonna buy anything, but these are very expensive. And apparently this also hooks into the bazaar. So when you're in the bazaar, you can sell anything, but here, apparently you can only sell treasure cards and buy treasure cards that are placed up for auction. So let's sell this for some gold. We don't really need to do anything else with that. So, after that, we're gonna go and see Regina Flametalon, or Sabrina Greenstar, and then get a lead to Flametalon for a science project. So let's go do that.
You are returning the book I left on a bench? I didn't have one with me today. Maybe I lost it last week. Oh, that book. I gave that one to Regina for her to use as research for a science project. She's just inside Golem Court if you want to give it back to her.
Now we go to Regina Flametalon, who also has a quest for us afterwards to go into the Golem Tower.
I left my book on a bench? What book?
Her eyes get big when you hand her the book.
Oh, yes! This has all the notes I was taking on my science project. I'm sure glad you found this. It was a lot of work for me. Thank you ever so much. Hi, I need help. I'm trying to finish this science fair project for Professor Baelstrom, but those golems stole my materials. I really need those back. I've got a few more preparations to make, so if I have to fight the golems too, I'm sure to be late. If I'm late, I'll get a bad grade and... Wait a minute. If you retrieve them for me, I can finish my project and still be on time. I'll need the enchanted wood from one of the wooden constructs in the Golem Tower.
Alright, so let's see if we can complete the Golem Tower section without the need for a different wand. So the Golem Tower actually should be easier now that we have all these items. So let's actually get rid of all our 2-hit spells. We're not gonna have many pixies either to heal up with, and we still have Grim Louie right next to us. And we could use it, but in order to will cast something, you have to give some happiness of the pet up to do that. And I don't see that as the best move. So here, I'm just going to use Thunder Snake. Try to finish it off in one hit. And we're collecting some materials from the wooden construct, and we fizzled. Of course we fizzled, but it really does not matter that much. We'll get him in the next round. And that didn't even kill, so we'll have to use a heartbeat to replenish our health. So now it's all back, and we get to cast an imp spell. And we collected it, so we get to go back down to Regina Flametalon and turn in a quest.
Oh, thank you so much! That's the enchanted wood I needed. My project's not running. Now I remember, there's something else I need. A charged gear. A clockwork golem a couple floors up should have one. Would you go get it for me? I hear they are rather tough, so you'd better be prepared.
Alright, so we might want to reconsider whether it's good to go in there again right now. And I don't think it is. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the bazaar and see if we can buy some stuff to mitigate the problems that we have in our deck. And this will help us by giving us more health and just increasing our stats in other areas as well. So let's see if we can find some stuff to buy. So right here, we're going to sell a bunch of stuff. And we got these exquisite desks and other things just so that we could sell them. So that's why we have them. We're gonna sell all the food stuffs that we have. It doesn't matter if it's super good or super bad. We're gonna keep the reagents, but we're going to buy anything in the store, and what we'll do is hit usable and then hit level twice, and what we'll get is items with stat boosts. So here we're gonna buy this hat, but it's going to be brown and brown, because what we want to do is cheapen the cost of everything. Now if we spent all this money, it would cost slightly more money. So we're gonna kind of cheapskate this one and buy this. So now we're going to go into our hats and double click to switch and equip this other cowl of comparison, and it's much better than the thing we had before. So then we sell our Crown of Seasons, and there we go. We'll do the same thing with the robe. Hopefully these things don't cost too much. We have a Cloak of the Watchful. That will give us more health. We will also be getting... Let's try to get a ring. Let's try to see if there's any rings out there. Because these rings can be really helpful. So we're going to buy a ring. And we're going to replace the flawed opal band with it. And look at our health. It's just completely risen. And there's no point in keeping this flawed opal band. So we're going to get rid of that. Let's see if there's any boots that we need. Is it worth it to do this? Let's click over to Athames, because we want to get the best Athame available, and we'll collect that. So we won't be getting any boots or anything yet, but we don't necessarily need it. Are there wands? Are there wands that we can buy for cheap? So they cost a lot. So actually, let's see if we can sell anything else. Apparently we can't. Shoot, so how are we going to get what we need out of this? A citron ring, a dirk. Shoot. There we go. Now we have everything that we need up to this point. But we don't have enough gold or anything, so we'll just go back and fight it. It's not really that much of a deal. So we'll just put... See what... We still have time to complete everything in a timely fashion. So we're gonna go do that. We're gonna go complete Golem Tower and try to do it without dying or anything. And this might be a longer video because, like, I for sure want to complete it. So now with more health and more everything, we're back. We're gonna use our fire. And of course it does the least amount of damage possible. So the attack damage is randomized, as you saw right there. There are 0 rank spells in this game. And there we go. I think what we should do is we should place these in there just to be safe. And there's 2 floors with these wooden construct things before you get to where you actually need to go. Why is it doing so little damage? Good thing that there was a fizzle there. And it did the most damage possible for them, so I guess things aren't really working out for me. I got another scarab, and this one will deal the final blow. Alright, so we're gonna use the heartbeat thing. Let's see if this finishes it. Thankfully it does. So you can see I do slightly more damage when I look at my character thing. There's a slight increase in damage in everything that I've bought. But where does it show up on my character? It shows damage output is increased +9. So that's a nice boost to my character. So I will have to pass for these ones. I'll have to be more strategic when I deal with this. And hopefully on this go around, on the very first go around, we'll be able to get everything that we need out of these clockwork golems. So I'm gonna use a heartbeat thing, or a heartbeat spell, because otherwise I'll be killed by the next turn, and I don't want that to happen. This round I'll have to pass, so... But what else should I talk about? The next step in the game would be going through Triton Avenue, and that will be coming up in a... either next episode or the episode after that. I haven't really decided yet how far I want to take that. There we go. We've defeated it, and we've collected the charged gear. So let's see if, when we go to the commons, let's see if it wants us to port back in. See? We have 4 minutes. We have 4 minutes to collect our stuff, to gather our bearings, and go back in there. So we can, this is still doable. We play potion motion. And now, at random, go through all of them. Once you reach this level, get out, and you should have one full bottle. And there's still 4 minutes left. So we go to Regina Flametalon.
You've been a big help. There is no way I could have gotten one of those myself. My project is almost complete. Okay, I need one more piece for my science project. It's going to be tough, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. It'll require going up to the top of Golem Tower. I need a steam capacitor to complete my project. The only one I know of would be the one on the Iron Golem, but I know he is really tough. I won't blame you if you don't want to do it, but if you do, I'll give you some treasure cards for defeating the Iron Golem and bringing me the steam capacitor. Deal?
Deal. So we're gonna go to this floor again. And I guess I should have probably gone ahead a floor before I did anything. But it's okay. We're not going to be in danger of losing much from this. If this fizzles, then I can just use the Scorpion spell. And it did the least amount of damage possible. The game's been doing that to me lately. So now I'll attack the first one again. And there we go, we took down one. Now there's one more. Let's do a 0 rank spell that protects us. They keep on using the rank 1 life spell, Imp. And sometimes they use Leprechaun, which is rank 2. So this is a side quest, so it's more difficult to complete. So now, what we'll do is, we'll keep these, we'll gain more and more pips and heal ourselves, and prevent more damage from being dealt to us. So we're gonna use the sensor. Alright, so now we're gonna use the pixie spell. Now that we're back at full health, we'll use Scorpion to finish it. And the next battle we won't care as much because we'll just use our potion after the battle. So there we go, we got a sugar donut. These things aren't very strong drops. So they work on the abilities of animals that, or excuse me, pets that you train at the pet pavilion. But they're not the most useful tool in the shed. So we're going to use a defensive spell. So we're going to try to use the storm spell in order to defeat the first opponent, and if we can't, we'll just use a scorpion and then use another rank 1 spell So that didn't work. So we can use 2 scorpions, one after another, and take them out. And there we go, there's the leprechaun spell, and sometimes it comes at the worst moment possible. So just be on the lookout for that. This video is taking longer because of a few missteps. I could have gone upstairs and then left, but decided not to, and because of that, it's gonna take slightly longer. But that's no problem, right? Because this is a walkthrough where we learn together, and that sounded really, really corny. I should stop right now. Okay, so the last one, we're gonna use the potion, and now we're back at full health, and we're taking on the Iron Golem. Yeah. Now, the Iron Golem's not even a boss. That's the thing. It's not even worth, it's not even good. It's just the defeating 2 enemies at once to get to the top of the tower. It's endurance more than anything. So I'm gonna kill the clockwork golem first. One thing I need to explain in this game, there are opposite spells. So, let's say, so there's fire and ice, those are opposite schools. There's life and death, those are opposites as well. And then you have myth and storm. So these serve as the opposites of the different schools in the game, but myth they have no opposite. I mean, did I just say myth has no opposite? Balance has no opposite. So balance has no opposite at all. It's just somewhere in the middle. So here we go, we earned a badge, we defeated the Iron Golem in the Golem Tower, so now let's just turn in our quest, and then we'll call it an episode.
You defeated the Iron Golem? Wow! You know how many students have tried and were defeated? You are amazing, young wizard. And true to my word, here are the treasure cards I promised. Remember to put them in your deck. I know you'll need them in the future. Bye now!
So now with that, we have completed the quest, and we're going to do one more thing before we wrap everything up. So let's go to the bazaar. In peaceful Wizard City, and we'll exchange the treasure cards for gold. And not only that, we will equip some things. I just realized something. Did I? Oh yeah, I did equip things. Did my cloak change at all? I don't know, maybe I don't know. Just ignore that. But we're gonna go into Silverfist's place, and we're going to sell all this stuff. Doesn't matter how cheap it is, it doesn't matter how much it is. Just sell all your drops, sell your burner. So the school and sell everything in here. We'll buy a new wand. And when we buy a wand, make sure that when it's the +5 one, make sure it's balanced. It doesn't have to be, because it's not required. Because sometimes people use opposite spells to take out shields or something, but you don't need it. So we'll go and get our deck. That's a lot of money. Let's not spend something. Let's not spend on a deck when we already have an adequate deck. So this is the Ancient Wand. It gives us something called a wand hit. And wand hits are 0 rank spells. This one's called Flash. Does 50 damage. But the other ones that we had by level, they also had that, but the damage that it did was just lower than the ones that we have now. So now we have an added bonus because of all the clothes and gear that we're wearing. We have the same deck, and not only that, we can just throw away. We can just do away with the Wand of 7 Schools. When it first came out on auction, it sold for 1,000 or something. So at the beginning of the game, you used to be able to find a loophole to get money out of it easily, but now it's no longer auctionable, so there's no need for the Wand of the 7 Schools anymore, so let's just throw it in the trash. So with that out of the way, this episode is over. Thank you guys for watching, and if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe. See you later.